Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be focusing on the threat in the Gulf, and there's only 2 days left in the Thor News Save Thor News fundraiser. So if you're tired of me talking about money, there's only 2 days left of it. Either avoid my channel for 2 days or just stay away completely. Okay? Another thing, I'm disabling comments probably for the rest of hurricane season, because I don't need people taking pot shots at me. Well, all I've been doing is trying to unite Americans, which looks impossible now, by the way. And also, the rich people are preparing for everything, and they're trying to keep you guys distracted. So, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. It doesn't seem like many people like many things these days. So we have a major threat for the Gulf Coast, not only on the Tropical Cyclone 7, and they call that because it is going to have tropical cyclone development, possibly. The Gulf waters are extremely hot, but as you can see on this thing, this is right now. And so the system that's supposed to come in is supposed to come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the models haven't been too reliable. And so, like with Hurricane Florence, which is now threatening the East Coast, when people are like, oh, don't worry, models say it won't threaten. I'm like, I don't know why you guys trust these models. They haven't shown to be very accurate. Close in or close out. You know what I'm saying? So, as you can see, the Gulf Coast from Texas through Lafayette is going to be getting a lot of rain. And they will be undergoing some very moist periods over the next few days. And so, we've got a really wet East Coast and a really wet South Coast and Gulf Coast. So this situation needs to be monitored. As I've said, we're in, like, if the hurricane season is going to get active this week, we're in what I've guessed would be a 7-week period. So this is probably just the beginning. Hey, I totally hope I'm wrong, man. You know, I totally hope everything is great and nothing happens, but it's not really been the case for the last 2 years now, has it? We're looking at tropical storm force wind speed probabilities. And I want to remind you guys, if you want safe, generic data, then go to your weather people. Because with me, we look at the worst case scenarios, and the Gulf is hot. Like, I mean, really hot. Temperature. I don't even trust this data, to be honest. The temperatures are pretty dang high. And so rapid intensification, I think, will be the term that we will become familiar with over the course of the next year. I mean, over the course of this hurricane season. So always be prepared for a worst case scenario. Most people don't think that this tropical cyclone activity number 7 will form a hurricane. I say be prepared for the possibility, because if it does happen and everybody gets caught off guard, it could be nasty. And as we all know, poor people and middle class get affected the worst by this somehow. And so they're the ones who can adapt to it the least. So we were talking about the Gulf. You only need 80 to get tropical hurricane formation. And regardless of whether or not it's going to be a hurricane, it has potential to drop a whole lot of rain. And rain kills more people during these systems, hurricanes or tropical storms, than anything. As you know, everything is now heating up. What we're watching now, formation chance, 80% over the next 48 hours, 90% over the next 5 days. So I highly recommend, if you are on the Gulf and you're in any of these hurricane areas, go get water now, go get batteries now, because if you do it when everybody's doing it, then they will be gone. Get extra cans of beans, and just know that even before that, this isn't even that system, before that system hit, the system we're watching now is over here. And so before that system hits, you know, and this is the next 48 hours, and so the South, the Gulf Coast, is going to get a whole lot of rain. the next 48 hours, and then it is supposed to hit Tropical Depression 7. It's supposed to hit in about 48 hours. So it's going to be getting a lot of rain before this thing even hits. And so now you got about 48 hours. So now I would definitely prepare. If preparing is your thing. So here's the thing. Here it is. So there is, I think that's Florence. That's the one behind it. What are we even watching? And then here is what we're watching now. And so the next 48 hours are going to definitely be key. And as you can see, there's just a lot of activity. And notice how the two things pulsed up at the exact same time. Mother Nature has a habit of pulsing like that. Another thing, if you guys get tired of me talking about money, just remember, I usually only do it at the beginning of the month, in the middle of the month, and then as soon as we get past the point, I shut up about it. And also, Google is very anti-sharing with anybody. I don't think you have to be a conservative to know that Google is not necessarily a good guy. Google is not on your team. Google is not here to make the world a better place. So, having a techopoly is bad. So yeah, I mean, it's going to get interesting. We should have been preparing and planning for this all season. Off season. But we chose to argue about politics. So, yeah, I mean, you got storms coming in, and then more storms after that, probably. So now we're going to do a rundown of, this is the European. This is now. Wait, no, that's not. We'll start now, and we'll do a rundown. I think that's our system over here. So this area will get hit by a lot of rain. A lot of rain. And then you'll have this system, whether it forms in anything, we will continue to watch. And this has it making landfall somewhere near Biloxi, the Louisiana-Mississippi border, with a bunch of heavy rain. What was weird is the models earlier had it going all the way west into Texas, and then taking a few days going north, and it still had 60-degree winds with it as it got to North Texas. So it wasn't slow and stoppy like Hurricane Harvey, but it was windy. See, it even makes its way into North Texas, and then into Oklahoma. It's like the Hurricane Lane that dropped all 50 inches of rain on Hawaii. Like, it's still alive up in the northeast coast. These storms have been incredibly resilient. And then over here is Flo. I'll do a whole episode on Flo. And yeah, Flo definitely looks like a threat, man. You know, that's what I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get past the financial hump for these last 2 days before rent or whatever the hell I do. And then I can just worry about hurricanes and work 16 to 18-hour days. Now let's go through the GFS one time, and we won't be done with this one, but I'm just saying, be prepared for a hurricane, though everybody is sure it's not going to be a hurricane. Gordon, I believe, is what it will be called. Whether it's Commissioner Gordon or Flash Gordon, that's up to you. So it has the potential to drop a lot of rain. Now, if it gets to hurricane status, then we will have to deal with storm surge and heavy winds as well. As you can see, none of the models have it getting anywhere close to a hurricane. But I haven't trusted the models. As my dad used to tell me before he passed away in 2006, trust no one. He should have said, especially models. So this has it dying down by Wednesday and going north with very little effects on Texas. So this is just a 48-hour warning to everyone in the coast from Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Just be prepared. Have a plan. Don't panic. And try and be cool. All right? And if you do want to support Thor News, fantastic. If you don't, fantastic. All right. God bless everyone. Stay cool.